Welcome to the New England Crypto YouTube channel. In today's video, we're back down in Virginia at EC8 South, and we're going to have an incredibly productive day. Stella and I have been running around in the rain, making deliveries and dropping stuff off to the post office all morning in this crazy weather, but we're over at the shop now. Let me bring you inside and show you what we're working on. Alright, now that we're inside, I can show you guys what I'm working on. I got a bunch of mini PCs and computers set up over here. I have to get at least one set up for the shop, and I really wanted to get a couple of salad rigs up and running. Worst case, if I run out of time, we can get a couple of VERUS rigs up and running. VERUS for the win. Before we get too far today, I wanted to show these to you guys. This was supposed to be the coolest Chia miner ever, but like with most crypto companies, this company fell apart before I was even done testing the miner. These are obviously a bunch of hard drives, and then this mini PC is supposed to be super badass. They even jammed a 4060 or a 4060 Ti in there. We're gonna have to open it up and take a look. I'm gonna show you guys some B-roll of the unboxing and such that I did. I'm not gonna release a video because they don't exist anymore, but this thing is cool AF. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a dang shame because I was looking forward to finishing this video. I got these all hooked up for now, got them started, but unfortunately, it looks like all we have is the Badger Miner interface here, and I have no idea what the heck I would do with that. Also, pro tip, if you see scratched up Kuman 7-inch, whatever other brand screens on eBay or Marketplace, there's a good solid chance they just never took the screen protector off. Yeah, buddy. Fresh and clean. Awesome. And let's be real. I believe that this hardware is worth way more Chia than any of it would have ever mined anyway, so that's awesome. Let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what we've got to work with. And there we have it. It looks like a mini 4060 gigabyte, 8 gigabyte card. What a cute little card, man. I didn't even know they made them that small. 3 fans and all. We got a 400 watt power supply in here. We've got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM in here. We're gonna have to see if they make any bigger RAM that this motherboard accepts because there's no more slots available. I'm not exactly sure what CPU it is, but this is a sweet little setup. I gotta figure out how to get Windows on here and get this thing turned on. Okay guys, I wasn't able to get Windows on here yet. I was able to flash a USB with the laptop and get Windows on it. I'm working with Goat. He thinks he's got the solution to be able to get it on this mini PC, but I was able to get this computer with a new SSD in it, flashed with a brand new version of Windows. So that should be awesome. I don't know if it's going to be salad worthy, but it should at least be a good desktop for the shop. This one I got to work on. I haven't been able to figure it out. I was not able to get it to work at all. The CPU might be fried and we'll have to just see about that. Alright, one last update. This one is working good. Goat was able to help us fix this one, get it up on Windows so that we can do some work with it. I think this is going to end up being the shop PC, the little proprietary 400 watt PSU, while wicked cool with the 4060 GPU. I think it's a little too small for us to test with Salad. So shout out to Goat, thank you so much, buddy. We're going to get this guy up on Salad, but it's 10 o'clock at night. I got to get Stella back to the hotel. We're going to keep this up tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Good night. Good morning, guys. We're back at ECH South and we're gonna have another productive day. I pulled a couple of sticks of DDR4 RAM out of a couple of GPU mining rigs that aren't in use right now. I'll order some more to replace those, but we're gonna try to use those in that PC that we're gonna get up on Salad today. I couldn't find any at the local PC shop. He only had DDR3 and DDR5. I didn't expect that, so trying to be creative. But him saying that he had DDR3 RAM made me think, I've got a motherboard over here that's just sitting there that's an old gaming motherboard, and it's got DDR3 RAM. If I get a couple more sticks from him, maybe I can get that up and running on Salad too. Have you guys ever ran DDR3 motherboards on Salad? I think I'm going to test it out. We've got 2070 Super over here that I think would go perfect with it. Be interesting at least, right? These are the RAM that I found. I got these ones over here as backup. We're going to try to use those in this PC. I already got 16 gigs in there. We want to get up to at least 32. Stella's going to come in and help me clean this one in a couple of minutes. I think I'm going to put this 2070 Super on the DDR3 motherboard, put the 4060 Ti in this PC, and then I still have to figure out what to do with the 4070 Super and the 5070. But this little guy with the mini 4060 in it should be sweet for a shop PC. I'm pretty stoked on that. Also, I only have 120 gigabyte SSDs, and from the sounds of things, I need more for Salad, so I think I'm gonna head back to that PC shop. Hopefully he's got some good DDR3 RAM that I can try on that other motherboard and some bigger SSDs. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, another quick update. Stella helped me clean this PC over here, and I pulled the 240 gigabyte SSD out of this PC that I couldn't get running, and I tested it on here, and it works fine. The funny thing is, I haven't used this one in so long, it automatically tried mining Ethereum. I thought that was hilarious. I'm going to head to the PC store, and I'm going to see if I can get a 500 gig one for this computer. We're going to put that computer back together to use here at the shop. I'm going to try to put this SSD on the old motherboard if I can get some more DDR3 RAM and run that with the 2070 Super and test that out on Salad as well. All in all, good progress. And just like that, we are back from the computer store along with a quick stop for some pizza with Stella. He did not have any traditional or old school SSDs, but he had a 1 terabyte NVMe that he thinks will work perfectly. I've got all this RAM over here, so I think we're going to clean up these wires, install a bunch of RAM. It's going to be mix matched, but from what I can tell on Salad, it does not matter. And then we're going to get a GPU in here. Definitely have to clean up the wires before I can even think about that. I did not build this PC, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. And we also have a couple of power supplies that I pulled out of storage. He didn't have any more DDR3 RAM that was sufficient. All I had was a bunch of 4 gig, and I got a bunch of those, so I'm going to try to find some more of that. Either way, we'll get this minimal rig up and running for now and upgrade it next time. I think it's time. Let's do this. Alright boys, I got the wires cleaned up. I need these ones for tomorrow, so I couldn't hide them all, but a GPU will definitely fit in there, and it definitely looks a lot better. Unfortunately, the new NVMe did not show up in BIOS or in Windows Installer, so I'm going to bring this thing back to the hotel with me and hope that it's a driver issue that I can fix. Stella and I were able to clean this old school motherboard and get a DDR3 setup going for Salad. Getting ready to put Salad on it now. I was able to get 16 gigabytes of RAM. I got 4 gigabyte sticks, so I got the minimum. And then the CPU is an i7 4790K. So 4 cores, 8 threads, should be good for the minimum. Gonna throw a 2070 Super on there and see what some old school hardware can make on AI compute rentals. And we got the Badger Miner computer all set up and running on Windows just fine. We just need to get a new monitor over here. Couldn't find anything at the computer shop. I didn't want to spend Best Buy money, so I'll bring one with me next time. Well, we did a thing. The DDR3 rig with the 2070 Super is up and running on Salad. Salad is trying to find a job compatible with our hardware. Fingers crossed. I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow and let you know if I found a job or not. We're going to take this one back to the hotel now, try to get it up and running. That one's running just fine. And this guy's running just fine. Man, I would love to have all 3 of them done before I have to head back to Rhode Island. Check in with you guys tomorrow. Alright boys and girls, I think this is going to be the last update for this trip. This rig was making money last night. We were up to almost 5 cents an hour with the DDR3 RAM motherboard and the 2070 Super. I came in today and I said it needed an NVIDIA driver update. So we took care of that. We're going to move it onto the low voltage shelf in the other room and we're going to keep this thing rocking and see what we can make. We got the NVME in this other computer to display in the Windows installer. Finally, after a few hours of banging our heads against the wall at the hotel, got it back here, flashed Windows onto it, put the 4060 Ti into it, and now we've got Salad and Windows on both of these ready to rock. I'm gonna put them both in the other room on that low wattage, low voltage shelf. And then this guy over here, we found out has a Ryzen 5 5600 in it, which is a 6-core 12-thread processor. So we put that thing on VERUS. VERUS for the win. We still have a 4070 Super and a 5070 over here to utilize. So I'm going to be hitting up Brandon Coin and getting a couple of those affordable motherboard CPU RAM combos. BCPC, I'm coming, buddy. Other than that, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate each and every one of you very, very much. Please like and or subscribe on the way out. I will see you on the next one.